There is great shift occurring now, all over our planet. Loved ones are returning, seeking their highest purpose, and yearning to help and heal their fellow man. Please ground yourselves, settle in, and join us for love, serve, feed people, and remember God, an hour of authentic sharing, clarity, wisdom, and healing. Introducing Michael Brian Baker.
Hey everybody, welcome to Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God. I am Michael Brian Baker. Welcome on this beautiful Thursday afternoon, and the weather's been stunning the last couple days. It's good to be here. I am a student of life and also a practitioner of the healing arts, and wanted to put something special together for community. And so Cool Change Radio and myself developed this very special healing broadcast to send out out of Freddie Siegel Studios in North Hollywood. And so we've got a group out of West LA called the Breath Center, and it's definitely turned into a movement. If you are interested in healing at all, yourself, family members, friends, or a great healer yourself, please visit us at www.thebreathcenter.com. Again, www.thebreathcenter.com. That number or that email again is www.thebreathcenter.com, and check out what we're doing. We have some wonderful things coming up very soon. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night, the 21st, we'll be out in Silver Lake doing a healing gathering at the Silver Lake Jewish Community Center. And then following on Saturday, we'll be out at Dancing Shiva Yoga, Masvidal's studio. Tina Bhakti Gomez set us up out there for a workshop called Yoga That Heals. On the 24th, we will be feeding people, which is very, very important. If you follow the teachings of Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba and Ram Dass, join us to feed people and join into the healing that takes place when you feed the hungry. And then July 26th through the 29th, we will be in Apple Valley at Indigo Vortex leading a mass healing gathering with probably 600 people or more. So again, if you're interested in healing or you're a healer yourself, visit us at thebreathcenter.com. Today on Love, Serve, Feed People, Remember God, I'm welcoming Lilia Smythe. She's a representative of Aanand Saagar, Yoga Next, and the Moksha Festival. And she is an avid yogi who has studied Buddhism and also the Yoga Healing Sciences teacher training program over at Loyola Marymount University. And it's a blessing to have you here with us. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So, there's a lot of things that you're doing right now for the community, but your life work and where you're kind of headed in your own very humble way is to bring community together, in joy and consciousness through practices that support freedom from ego and drama and from the cyclical stories that we repeat until we learn to live life without attachment and expectation, right? Which is really the practice of yoga. And, I found it really interesting in the bio that you'd sent that you talked about having a practice when you were just 8 years old, your own form of meditation, You want to share a little bit about that?
Sure.
Cool.
So I grew up doing ballet, and I loved the stretching aspect of it. So I'd just wake up in the morning, and I'd go into our family room and didn't turn on the lights, and I'd be there for 30 minutes to an hour before having breakfast. And I would just breathe and meditate and stretch.
That is yoga.
Yes.
How long did you dance?
Just until I was about 20, 22 is when I really stopped it.
Wow.
So much.
Did you get up on toe?
Mm-hmm. When I was 9.
When you were 9.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you actually start dancing? Was it before you were 8? Or?
I was 4.
4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And by the time you were 8, were you pretty, I guess, by the time you're 9, if they put you up on toe, then you've actually accomplished quite a bit in ballet, correct?
Yeah. I did well.
Cool. And so when you were in your early 20s, I guess you had to make a decision as to if you wanted to actually be kind of a professional dancer and move up the ladder or have a life.
Yes, very much so.
Is that a good guess?
Yeah, I studied at Tulane and at Loyola, dance, and just the competitive nature of it just didn't feel right anymore.
I get it. So what did you kind of move on to following that?
After following that?
Yeah, like, after, being invested in dance for so long and movement of the body.
Well, my yoga practice definitely was strengthened
When
very
you're
much.
in your early 20s, is that when you started practicing a lot of yoga?
Well, my first class I was 17,
Okay.
and I started getting more of a routine of going to a certain studio that I found and deepening my home practice. But in terms of transitioning from dancing to not, I still went to dance classes sometimes, but just really evolved into feeling like I was still a dancer despite not having it be everything to me anymore.
So is it fair to assume also that those who are doing dance that move into yoga are more in the practice of yoga as a physical practice than they are the actual, philosophies behind yoga, or were you also introduced to those in your early 20s?
No, I wasn't really introduced into the more spiritual aspects of yoga until I visited India 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But dancing can be quite spiritual, of course.
It is.
So when I first started yoga, I was definitely very concerned about how I looked and doing everything correctly and not being so...
alignment.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So it took a lot of reconditioning to get the visual aspect
away.
Yes.
To get it out.
Yeah, to go more internal than performing. And
wow, that's the practice of yoga in itself, right?
yes, being who you are.
Getting over what it looks like and going inside.
Yes,
wow.
Most certainly, yes.
Very cool. And were you studying in Los Angeles at that time?
In my early 20s?
Yes.
No, I was still in New Orleans.
Okay.
I just moved here 4 years ago.
Okay, so were you born in New Orleans?
No, Honolulu,
Okay.
firstly.
So you're from Hawaii?
Yep, but then we shortly thereafter moved up to Northern California.
Okay.
So the East Bay,
Okay.
San Francisco.
And how long did you live in Hawaii?
Just 3 years.
What was that like for you?
I have some fond memories,
Yeah.
Just little things, but I visited pretty regularly growing up for family.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawaii is beautiful.
It's paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
And
special.
then, so what was it like growing up or spending time in New Orleans for you?
It was such a beautiful experience. The city has so much culture and more life than almost anywhere else in terms of culture that I've seen in this country. And just vibrancy and really colorful people, and the food is amazing.
Yeah.
The music is so it speaks to your heart.
Yeah.
The whole city speaks to your heart. It's charming.
That's beautiful. And the people follow that suit, right? Kind
Yes.
of grounded and real. They want
Yeah.
to make sure you're eating and that you're dancing and singing.
Yes,
and expressing.
it's a very joyful place. The people have so much pure joy, more so than many other places you find.
What brought you to Northern Cal?
To Northern California?
Yeah.
When I was only 3, I moved up to Northern California.
Okay.
So it was basically for my father's work.
Okay.
We moved.
Which is is that why you guys were in Hawaii as well?
Yes, yeah.
Interesting. So, so you had been practicing yoga for a good amount of time before you started to work into the spiritual aspects of it.
Yes, I would say so.
But you seem like a very, very gentle, genuine, transparent person at root. Would that be a fair?
I've heard those adjectives before.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
So I hit the right adjectives.
Yes, there seems to be a theme in what people think of me. So yes, I am.
So
pretty
what was it?
spiritual.
What was it like for you to begin to? Because it's interesting how spirit works, right? Because it's spirit that does it, right?
Yeah,
Like it,
of
like
course.
we talk about
Always.
when in our lineage, we'll often talk about how we don't control anything. Like we're not doing anything; we're being done, right? So the Spirit works through us in spite of us as soon as we're ready to open, right? When our time is right, when we're ripe. And do you feel like you were ripe at that time for an opening at all, or were you facing any challenges in your early 20s that would have led you into?
Oh, heavens. Yeah, a bevy of challenges, like most 20-year-olds. But yeah, it's just definitely needing to feel more intrinsic value within myself and not seeking the approval from other people.
Well,
And to really just feel a sense of harmony with being all right with who I am, I suppose. And I think I was definitely open for the calling in terms of being in just such a fragile and vulnerable place, and then continuing to soak everything up that I could from every source. And this is the beauty, I think, of being comfortable with your vulnerability and feeling humble and able to learn.
Yeah, the process would be that, any type of fear that's instilled when we're young, we would build those walls up, and those walls would prevent us from accepting maybe who we truly are. And we would even maybe have some concepts that there were things wrong with us. Right? And opening up to the value, the transparency, authenticity is what brings us to Spirit, right?
Yes.
Now,
yeah.
thank you so much for being here and representing Moksha. We're going to go to a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back, okay?
Thank you.
Folks, love, serve, feed people, remember God. We will be right back.
Have you been bit by the travel bug? Don't miss this one-time, life-changing opportunity to experience healing beyond your imagination. October 12th, it's the Mystic Sufi Healing Journey, destination Istanbul and Cappadocia, Turkey. Dissolve into the many sights, smells, and fresh foods of the Far East and experience luxury cave dwelling at its finest. Fill your soul with 10 days of healing, breathwork, meditation, and yoga with Michael Brian Baker. Immerse yourself into Cappadocia's rich culture. Bathe in the mineral hot springs. Enjoy the thrill of hot air ballooning. Explore underground cities and rock-hewn frescoed churches. Traverse the valley on horseback and shop in local markets. Hurry, as October's approaching and space is limited. Visit www.thebreathcenter.com. That's thebreathcenter.com. Click on the events page and join us. Don't miss out. That's www.thebreathcenter.com. Thebreathcenter.com. Click on the events page and join us.
Please don't forget about me. If you don't work to heal now, what type of world will be left for us kids when we grow up? Remember that when we heal ourselves, we heal our world. My future depends on it. Keep listening to Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
Hello, brothers and sisters, healers, fascinating beings, lovers, pundits, philosophers, students, welcome back to Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God. I am Michael Brian Baker. Don't forget the mystics. It's all because of this guy right here. A teacher, Ram Dass, living now in Maui. Oh man, I could go into it, but hey. So welcome back again to Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God. We're here Thursdays at 2 o'clock. This is Cool Change Radio, and we are at Freddie Siegel's studios in North Hollywood, California. We are being sponsored by Euphoria Loves Revolution and Bhaktiware. When you see some really cool Hanuman t-shirts, check out bhaktiware.com. Again, it's bhaktiware.com. Bhaktiware.com. Wonderful stuff, and supporting a good cause too. So today, our guest is Lilia Smythe, and she is here representing Moksha Festival. Thank you for coming and being with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah.
Yes.
It's fun. It's fun to share path a little bit. Before the break, we were talking about your childhood as a dancer and how you were faced with a decision as to if you should become a professional dancer and dedicate your life to that, and the competition kind of steered you in a different direction. Wonderful how those things happen, right?
Yes.
And how you found yoga, or you'd actually, the thing that really fascinated me at first was how you'd practiced yoga since you were a little kid. I love that. I love that because, that is yoga, and kids know it instinctively. My nephew Hayden did asana with me over at the Hub when I was opening the Hub over in West Los Angeles. Instinctively, he would go into downward dog and know how to get into plank, and it was incredible. Kids kind of know it. Even my son Elijah, who's 6 months old, does a pretty darn good cobra, because he's pushing up and stretching the upper body, and so innately we actually know yoga. Yoga's within us. It's not something we just forget. So we need to go in and sit in front of a teacher to remind us of how to get in. But okay, enough of that. So your journeys eventually at 20 took you into more of a spiritual place around your practice. And again, just so that we're mentioning this, you are representative for Moksha Festival. They can visit mokshafestival.com, right? Mokshafestival.com.
Yes,
visit mokshafestival.com. It is the weekend of August 4th and 5th, coming up real soon here. We'll talk about it a little bit more as we roll on. First, I just want to talk to you. So Buddhism. Let's talk about how that started for you.
All right. So I went to India, and I just felt the whole place was so spiritual, and I had never felt, it felt like home to me.
Yeah.
To say it simply.
Yeah.
And immediately the first temple I went to was the Lotus Temple, which is a Baha'i. And I had never felt such a calm serenity, and I loved how the whole place was silent, and that started off the trip, and it have just progressed on, and then I went in and out of these Buddhist temples that just really drew me in, and I really didn't want to leave them, and I felt drawn to study it more when I got home. And then I found the Tibetan Buddhism course at LMU, Loyola Marymount University.
Who was teaching that?
John Casey.
Okay.
Yes.
Good teacher, yeah.
Wonderful teacher. Yeah, highly recommended. And everything I learned really made so much sense, and I had wished I had learned it so much sooner. I grew up Catholic, and just learning about karma and not the notion of heaven and hell, and just taking care of yourself is a necessity just as much as taking care of other people, and truly respecting yourself and that you are divine. It was such a beautiful, eye-opening experience as I learned it, and it made my past seem so much more peaceful, and my present had so much less fear around it. And
yeah, a lot of surrender comes through the scriptures.
Yes.
Through being exposed. I think the first thing that I was exposed to, I was maybe 19 years old, and I came across, I was playing in a rock and roll band at the time, and facing some pretty serious frustration. And I rode my bike over to the public library, And I went into this library, and I just, which was so not like me, I went into this library, and I just like pointed up at the rack, and I took this book out, and it was the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And I sat down at 19, and I probably read for hours. I couldn't stop. It made so much sense.
Yes.
And what was being transmitted through that was the teachings, the higher teachings. It was like my father may have not been around to teach me those things, which was fine. That was the perfect storm for me to be a seeker. But boy, it came through those books pretty powerfully, those teachings. Right? It never comes from where we think it does, right? It's quite fascinating, actually. So one of the most powerful lessons for all of us, and one of the most powerful lessons in any spiritual life would be this whole notion that death is something to fear. And there's even a teaching around our exit from this particular plane being the same as our entrance. So if you don't remember anything of your birth, you probably won't remember anything of your death due to the universal law of economy and the balance, right? Yin yang, right? So, and that was one of the lessons in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, was that, the soul or the Atman is fiercely infinite, and that there is no stopping energy. So to hang on to one carnation, I know some people from our group are beautiful enough to even be of the mindset where they just go, when something really tough happens, they'll just say, it's just one lifetime. Because they get it, right? Like you can't get it done in this lifetime. So why not just open up to the fact that being in joy or being very present and being with each lesson as deeply as possible as it's reflected within the divine is a much better way to go, rather than trying to swim upstream, which is always quite a tiring.
Awesome.
Oh God, it's so tiring,
Yeah.
Well, great. Lucky people we are, aren't we? Yeah.
Yes.
I hope we can motivate other people to come to these lessons. Again, folks, if you're interested in learning anything more about these things, you can visit thebreathcenter.com. It's www.thebreathcenter.com. Again, www.thebreathcenter.com. Come and join our movement and see how free you can get. It's pretty spectacular. So, Lilia, you talked about when you were in India. Can we talk a little bit more about India?
Sure.
You were in Rajasthan.
Yes.
Right? What is it? It's the red city, the gold city, pink city.
Yeah, that's Jaipur.
Jaipur.
It's the pink city, but it is in Rajasthan.
Right, and it's kind of like it's the kings, right? Rajasthan.
Yeah. Yes, that's where they live.
Yeah, I was up there for a wedding. It was gorgeous. So when you traveled through Rajasthan, what was your experience? Besides feeling at home, like what was some of the stuff that you saw? What did you go through?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is all the poverty, because I never really truly visited a third world country.
Yeah.
And seeing how people amid such adversity can be smiling so brilliantly was really eye-opening for me, and made me realize that the way that they treat their life is so different than how we do in America, in terms of just believing that this is one lifetime that we chose for, in terms of being reincarnated for it, and believing that everything has its purpose, and not feeling like sorry for yourself and this, and just the animals everywhere I loved.
Yeah.
And
monkeys,
what else? All the
and
colors.
Elephants
Yeah.
The
colors, the bright colors, the scents.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. The people, most
Beautiful.
certainly.
And then when you got back, is that when you went into the teacher training at LMU? Was on your return from
that
Rajasthan?
happened a year later.
Mm-hmm.
First I studied Tibetan Buddhism, and then I did take a Hatha Yoga course, and I studied the Hatha Yoga Pradipika as well. And then I finally decided to do the teacher training.
Mm-hmm. How was your experience with Hatha? Who were you studying with over at LMU when you studied Hatha?
Please forgive me, I forget her name.
Oh, that's okay. And
she's a very nice lady.
And was that when you had the spiritual experience, or was your spiritual experience prior to that? Your opening or during it?
Yeah, opening in terms of incorporating spirituality into my yoga practice.
Mm-hmm.
It was always there when I was at home. It's just when I would go to a studio, I would feel more conscious of how I looked or creating something visually.
A sacred space.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, certainly in the Hatha Yoga program, once I really learned about the yamas and the niyamas, and I realized it was much more of like a culture or a way of life than something as silly as how you look.
Right.
Then it was much more of a...
The wellspring opened.
Yes.
And light spilled all over you.
Indeed,
And you were
just
able
like
to
that.
release all of the attachment and expectation and ties to the way that things look. This is the same thing for all of us. This wouldn't be just for somebody who was on their way to becoming a professional ballerina. We all go through these things.
Indeed.
And some of us finding freedom or liberation later than others. Some getting it really early too, right?
Yeah, all on a different part of the path. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. We're going to talk about moksha more when we come back. We're going to go to a break. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you.
Love, serve, feed people, and remember God. We'll be right back after these messages.
Have you been bit by the travel bug? Don't miss this one-time, life-changing opportunity to experience healing beyond your imagination. October 12th, it's the Mystic Sufi Healing Journey, destination Istanbul and Cappadocia, Turkey. Dissolve into the many sights, smells, and fresh foods of the Far East and experience luxury cave dwelling at its finest. Fill your soul with 10 days of healing, breathwork, meditation, and yoga with Michael Brian Baker. Immerse yourself into Cappadocia's rich culture. Bathe in the mineral hot springs. Enjoy the thrill of hot air ballooning. Explore underground cities and rock-hewn frescoed churches. Traverse the valley on horseback and shop in local markets. Hurry, as October's approaching and space is limited. Visit www.thebreathcenter.com. That's thebreathcenter.com. Click on the events page and join us. Don't miss out. That's www.thebreathcenter.com. Thebreathcenter.com. Click on the events page and join us.
You're listening to Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker.
This has never been attempted before by any treatment center, ever. Seasons Malibu is willing to take the risk because they understand quality care and evidence-based long-term recovery. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better, period. I'll say that one more time. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better. Enough is enough. Seasons Malibu wants to count your days of recovery, not the dollars in your pocket. No gimmicks, no guarantees, just straightforward world-class treatment until you are better. Do not hesitate. Call now. Seasons Malibu, 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. That's Seasons Malibu at www.seasonsmalibu.com or 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. For a free consultation and details, 866-780-8539.
Hello, back again from our commercials here at Cool Change Radio, Freddie Siegel Studio, North Hollywood, California. I am a Michael Brian Baker, and this is Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God, inspired by the great being Neem Karoli Baba, and one of his many great students, Ram Dass, who's our teacher. We feel that this work is so important. There's nothing more important right now during these times than to lead some form of a spiritual life. For some of you, that may be surfing or riding motorcycles or dancing or singing or writing poetry or, I don't know, knitting, whatever works for you. But there's a path that will lead you into an immense amount of freedom through the ancient practices of yoga. And, visit thebreathcenter.com. Again, I'm kind of a goofy guy at times. I like to have a lot of fun, but I carry a very, very thick medicine of healing. I am a healing arts practitioner. If you'd like to find more my writings and comments from the community, again, you can visit us at thebreathcenter.com. It's www.thebreathcenter.com, www.thebreathcenter.com. Tomorrow night we'll be at the JCC in Silver Lake. The following day we'll be at Dancing Shiva Yoga in Hollywood. On the 24th, we will be feeding people out of West Los Angeles. And July 26th through 29th, we will be in Apple Valley with the Indigo Vortex, creating one of the most mass group healings that have been created in quite some time. Don't miss it if you can get up there. It's going to be beautiful. Today we have, again, Lilia Smythe, representative of Aanand Saagar, Yoga Next, and the Moksha Festival. Thank you for being with us today. This is an incredible opportunity to share some really, really beautiful wisdom this weekend, this August 4th and 5th, right?
Yes, indeed.
And in a really great atmosphere.
Beautiful atmosphere, yes. It's at the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium.
Santa Monica Civic Auditorium.
Yes.
And are tickets still available?
Very much so. You can visit mokshafestival.com to get your tickets. Very affordable. And yes, you can get a 2-day festival pass for $135, or you can go to just the musical performances in the evening for $35.
Wow, $35 for the music.
In the evening, yes.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, very much so.
So who all is going to be there?
Well, on Sunday evening, we have Momo Ludi.
Momo.
Yes.
You got to say shout out to Momo.
Yes.
I know it would
Hello,
be.
Momo.
Yeah, you could be saying that it's biased, but I don't care.
Aww.
Hey Momo, we love you, buddy. And boy, Momo, not only being one of the most passionate, incredible musicians, man, is that guy of service. I mean, we've done workshops together, and by the way, just to this guy travels the world performing. I mean, he is a top studio musician. And he'll step up and just play for just about anybody that needs, that has something to do with growth or expansion. Yes. Truly, truly blessed being. This is a bright spirit walking around on this planet. We love Momo, so check out Momo at Moksha Festival.
Yes.
Who else? What other musicians will be there?
We have
with Momo?
Sheila Bringy, and
God.
she is on Friday evening.
Angelic voice. Sheila,
Yes.
classically trained Indian musician.
Beautiful.
Yeah, go see Sheila as well. Who
we
else?
have the Agape Love Ensemble.
Oh, Agape.
Yes.
And those are members of the Agape Choir, right?
Indeed, yes.
Beautiful.
Indeed. And then we have Jai Utal, of course.
Ah, Jai, another
Yes.
Nimkaroli Baba devotee.
Yes.
Yes.
That's on Saturday evening.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Deepak and the Breath of Life Tribe.
Yeah, my homeboys.
Yes.
Deepak, Breath of Life Tribe. They are not to be missed regardless of where they are, and they're playing out a lot. They play the West Side quite a bit. They even down at Sacred Movement Yoga down off of Main Street. They've done some great things down there. Keep an eye out for Breath of Life Tribe. They are up and coming, let me tell you. So who
Dave Stringer?
Oh yeah, Dave Stringer. We were
Yes.
going to talk a little bit about Dave. I actually met Dave at one of my first yoga retreats with Micheline Berry out in Ojai. And Dave is, oh man, what he's become and what he's doing with sacred chant or bhajan in a Western style is just beautiful. I mean, you can't help but get up and dance when Dave is behind that harmonium. That'll be a wonderful opportunity to sit with them as well.
Yes, he's on Sunday evening.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And what else? What else can we look forward to?
There's Native American drumming and chanting.
Wonderful.
Yes. We have Felicia Tomasco leading some great lectures. We have Saul David Ray teaching in the morning on Saturday, and then again chanting and meditation in the evening. We have Mark Whitwell.
Oh.
Yes.
Mark just came on the show in promotion of his book, The Promise.
Oh, really?
And so you've just named 3 masters, right? You got Dave or Saul David Ray and Mark Whitwell. And I'm so sorry. And who did you say first? Who's also leading? So it's Saul David Ray,
Right.
Mark Whitwell, and who was the third person that you had mentioned that was also leading yoga?
In terms of leading yoga, we also have Julie Carmen.
Okay.
And she's wonderful. We have special classes going towards the midlife or senior citizens. We have great classes for moms and children. I should mention as well, we have a $35 all-day pass for a mother and 2 of her children.
Wow.
$35 for everything.
Oh,
for
you guys
one
want,
day.
let's bring all the kids
Yes.
out, right?
We have a lot of children's yoga classes and yoga classes geared towards teens and yoga dance classes for children and moms.
Stunning. It's very inexpensive for a festival of its
Yes.
size.
Yes, Arvind, the creator, really wants to do this for the community above all else.
Perfect.
And it's beautiful that it's in Santa Monica, too, so you don't have to travel to the desert or...
Hop on our bikes.
Yes.
Ride right over.
Yes.
So, folks, check out MokshaFestival.com. It's MokshaFestival.com. $35 per pass for a mother and 2 children. That's a wonderful offering.
It
Beautiful.
truly is.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. So, the actual festival focuses more on Ayurveda. I mean, the things that we've talked about are beautiful entertainment for the process. And but Ayurveda is one of Arvind's main goals, to get Ayurveda to the people. You want to talk a little bit about what that is and the magic that it holds for people?
Surely. It's the sister science to yoga. So it's about largely using food as medicine and knowing what your dosha is and how to balance out your whole system in a very holistic approach. And we have so many beautiful lectures in terms of educating the people.
And who do you know? Who are some of the Ayurvedic specialists that are going to be there?
Felicia Tomasco.
Right, Felicia.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yes.
That's the one that I overlooked.
that's
So
the one.
Felicia is definitely, when I talked about master, she'd probably hate me to use that word, but I've known Felicia for quite some time. Editor of LA Yoga Magazine, and also one of the most experienced yoga teachers on the west side, definitely, if not in the whole United States. She travels. She works with people who are suffering with chemical dependency. She's always busy, showing up at all the festivals, lending her time. She's an incredible writer. She's also a registered nurse. I mean, she understands Western medicine as well, and she is just a gift to that festival. Just alone with her, it would be worth the price of admission. So, I just want people to know, if you haven't sat in front of Felicia when she's teaching and sharing her medicine, it's a good opportunity to get out and really, really learn something about self-care.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are some of the other features? You're going to have raw food, or there's got to be Ayurvedic food that's going to be represented there.
Yeah, we definitely do. In our food area, we have raw vegan, we have Indian, we have, we have just some beautiful things.
Do you know who any of the vendors are that are coming out? Is Samosa House by any chance going to be there this year?
Samosa House is not.
Well, I love them anyway, so shout out for Samosa
we
House.
We do. We love them.
Okay. Who else?
For vendors, we have Kathmandu Boutique. Which
Oh, yeah,
is
they're great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really fun, eclectic clothing.
Beautiful.
Little whatnots too. And we have a healing camp with Brima, with Reiki, with massage, with so many different healing modalities.
Get your healing on, folks. It's time. Yes. Hop on the bandwagon that weekend of the 4th and 5th. You can jump on and find some great healing over at Moksha Festival. Again, www.mokshafestival.com. www.mokshafestival.com. Don't miss it. Write it down. www.mokshafestival.com. And what does moksha mean?
Moksha is a Sanskrit sutra, and it means liberation or freedom.
From?
Freedom from everything, attachments, ego, the works.
Yeah, I think it also means in one of the sutras to be able to detach from the karma wheel. So that if you worked your sadhana or your spiritual practice properly, that you would have no attachment or expectation or anything left behind in this life, so that you could reach mahasamadhi, or the space of not having to reincarnate and being able to reemerge with the divine and finish off your term coming through. I'm not ready to do that yet, so I'm cool with eating as much ice cream.
Again.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll come back a couple more times, play this healing game over and over again, learn my lessons about love and relationship and all those fun things. But yeah, it's really an incredible thing that Arvind is doing with Moksha Festival, what he's done with Aanand Saagar, how many people he's helped up, given a hand up to share their practices. And he's also working on Yoga Next, correct?
Correct.
Let's. What we'll do is we'll go to another break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Yoga Next.
Very good.
Does that sound good?
Very good.
Thank you, Lilia.
Thank you.
Folks, thanks for checking in here with Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God. We're going to go to a break talking about our retreat in Istanbul and Turkey. You want to heal? Heal with us, October.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker.
Have you been bit by the travel bug? Don't miss this one-time, life-changing opportunity to experience healing beyond your imagination. October 12th, it's the Mystic Sufi Healing Journey, destination Istanbul and Cappadocia, Turkey. Dissolve into the many sights, smells, and fresh foods of the Far East and experience luxury cave dwelling at its finest. Fill your soul with 10 days of healing, breathwork, meditation, and yoga with Michael Brian Baker. Immerse yourself into Cappadocia's rich culture. Bathe in the mineral hot springs. Enjoy the thrill of hot air ballooning. Explore underground cities and rock-hewn frescoed churches. Traverse the valley on horseback and shop in local markets. Hurry, as October is approaching and space is limited. Visit www.thebreathcenter.com. That's thebreathcenter.com. Click on the events page and join us. Don't miss out. That's www.thebreathcenter.com. Thebreathcenter.com. Click on the events page and join us.
Ram Ram, Ram 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 Ram. Maharaja used to say Ram 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 Ram. Ram is the divine name of God, the supreme Godhead, the ethereal, that which breathes us. And so when we say Ram Ram, it's like giving a breath of God to those that we love and blessing all we see. It's a beautiful thing. You'll hear people in community saying Ram Ram, Ram Ram. It's like Radhe Radhe, the female or feminine of Krishna, the all-pervasive and attractive. Here we are today, back again for our last segment on Love, Serve, Feed People, Remember God. Today, representing Moksha Festival and Yoga Next. That's Arvind's organization, and we're here today with Lilia Smythe. Thank you again for being with us and sharing some time with us and sharing about yourself too. We kind of pushed you into that, right? We're like, hey, come talk about Moksha. So, what's your story? You're like, whoa, I didn't agree to talk about my own story, but thank you for doing it, because a lot of people may resonate. It's important to kind of share how we came to where we came to, because it's such a gift, such a beautiful gift. Moksha yes. Festival coming up, and you have something to share, right?
I do indeed.
Yes.
We have a ticket to give away for the festival.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a whole pass for the whole weekend.
Okay.
Yes, and you need to go to Facebook.
Okay.
You need to like the Breath Center.
The Breath Center.
Yes,
I've heard of those guys.
Yeah.
Great.
You should look into them.
Okay.
And then you're going to answer the question right there on the wall.
Okay.
It is, what is your story of the spiritual awakening?
Okay.
It's gotten you so awake.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, folks, go to the Breath Center page. The question to win the pass, full pass, for Moksha is, what was the catalyst for your spiritual awakening? So go to the Breast Center page on Facebook, like the page, and then answer that question any way you like. Please check it out. Win yourself a pass for Moksha, and Lilia or Arvind will be picking the winner in about a week or two here, and you guys will actually be announcing. We'll have you call into the show and announce the winner. So please check it out. Go to Facebook and like the Breast Center, and go ahead and put your answer in as to what was your catalyst in your spiritual experience. Speaking a little bit more about some other things that you guys are involved with. So Yoga Next. This is another arm of Moksha and Aanand Saagar. What is Yoga Next?
It's changing the curriculum for what it is to be a yoga teacher in this country. So rather than just the 250-hour requirement set by Yoga Alliance, it's really wanting to incorporate a more comprehensive approach to yoga, seeing it as a science of self-realization, a spiritual practice, more than just asana. And we're really working towards this. And the idea is that it's not just a physical fitness. Many teacher training programs, you don't learn anything about the yamas or the niyamas or any sort of practice in how to treat a student in terms of with decorum and just all the little things that you would imagine you would learn as a yoga teacher in terms of a spiritual practice.
How is Yoga Next implementing that?
They're working with some of the top people in the yoga community, Felicia Tomasco, Julie Carmen, Larry Payne, Eden Golden, Tara Gold, and we're going to eventually, if Yoga Alliance doesn't increase the standards, start our own accreditation for yoga teachers in the country.
Yeah, I want to put a shout out too for Tara Gold and Eden Goldman, two of my closest friends, and obviously Dr. Larry Payne, and Felicia, who we already talked about, but I think I have to be in agreement with you. I would have to consider yoga to be one of the most specific sciences, just as specific as Western medicine in a way. And there are a lot of people who are becoming certified and going out and teaching without proper accreditation. And I don't know if it's as much that the people who study with them aren't really getting the full picture, or if there's there may be even a little bit of an element of clumsiness or carelessness or even danger. Like, people can get hurt if there's not proper alignment, if they're not really studying the philosophy and also pranayama behind the asana and understanding what tapas and sadhana, and there's a lot of different facets to yoga.
Yes.
I kind of agree that it's kind of gotten a little bit sloppy, and I think that it should be a little more structured. Do you feel that it should be structured
as well? Very much so. Very, very much so. It's such a sacred profession, and to think that, I know when I went through the teacher training, I felt like I had just started, that it's such a comprehensive science that there's no way you can just do anything in 250 hours where you can really be capable.
When it takes lifetimes, actually, to even develop a practice.
Certainly.
A personal practice, it takes years and years.
Yes.
Without having to go into a class, because yoga is actually supposed to be practiced alone.
Yes,
right?
Indeed it
it's
is.
5 a.m. when the sun's coming up, when the Earth's magnetism is when everybody's sleeping, and the energies can really be felt before everybody rises, and all of the other energies come in when it's still. That's when yoga is best practiced. And there's a lot to it that we're not quite seeing. But boy, if it's practiced properly, the byproduct of it is a better life. And that's it. I want to talk a little bit about the program over at LMU that Eden and Tara and Larry have put together.
Yes.
Is Felicia also involved with that particular program, the Yogi
Yes.
Doctors program? Because that's by far, they've got Govindas from Bhakti Yogashala coming in and doing Bhakti Yoga. They've got, name some of the other teachers that come in and do that with them. Do you know?
Oh, goodness. Let's see. I know...
Gurmukh, right? So Kundalini, they have Kundalini represented there. They have
Singh
right. They have
in.
they have Anyasara represented there.
Indeed.
Ashtanga.
I can't believe I don't remember his name, but Freedom Style Yoga
I'm not sure.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Exhale. But yeah,
Matthew Cohen.
Okay.
I think he's part of that program. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say that, but I just know that if you look at that program, what they've put together, that's the Harvard of yoga, because they have 12, 15, 20 teachers, the best at what they do, coming in and teaching. If you're going to study yoga, yogi doctors over at LMU is the way to do it. And that would be in alignment with Yoga Next. Right, if you're going to study
Very
it,
much so.
it's like going to study martial arts. I don't want to study with a yellow belt. I want to study with a black belt. You know,
yeah,
I want to study with somebody who really knows. And there are some really great teachers in Los Angeles that have 30, 40 years under their belt. And those are the guys I want to study with. You know, I want to study with people who have a lot of experience under their belt, because it's a different practice. You know, simple as that.
Certainly.
Yeah, cool. So Yoga Next, Moksha Festival, Aanand Saagar, which is a studio over in right off of Venice Boulevard, Venice.
Yes.
Venice and Abbot Kinney. Right?
It is.
Beautiful little space. We did a bunch of light worker trainings there. It was wonderful. Ran 27 weeks with a full house. Yeah, so really looking forward. Thank you for announcing the contest. I'll be excited for you guys to choose the winner. Again, folks, just know that we're giving away free tickets to Moksha. Free ticket to Moksha, full pass. Go to the Breast Center page, like the page, and answer this question. What was the catalyst in your spiritual growth? What happened for you? You can even write a full book if you'd like on the page. Doesn't have to be short, doesn't have to be long, no stringency about it. Just go and write, and we'll enter you in the drawing to win a free Moksha pass. Lilia, I want to thank you for coming in today and visiting with us and representing Moksha and sharing a little bit about yourself. The work that you're doing is very, very important, because we have to lead by example. And the work that we do on ourselves radiates out. It's like a drop where you have the ripple effect. It's the 100th monkey. And there's a lot of shift happening right now in our world. And I want you to know that I appreciate you coming on and being part of the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
It's been an honor.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. All right. Coming down to the end of our program here. Thank you again, folks, for joining us on Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God. Again, I'd like to give a great big thanks to Fred Siegel and the supporters of the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the Cool Change Foundation, help moms and dads and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click the Support Us link at the top of the page, and you will be helping the children. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Every penny counts, and no donation is too small. From all of us at Cool Change Radio, we do thank you for your support. It really does help. I'd really like to thank our fabulous guest, Lilia Smythe. Thank you for being here, representative of Aanand Saagar Yoga Next and Moksha Festival. I'd also like to thank the people that make this show happen. It would be bhaktiware.com, Euphoria Loves Revolution, our fantastic engineer, Rob Gainey, author of Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. The show has been produced by Bradley Quick Productions and has been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzz Brothers, Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestone Ranch, Malibu, Tim Allen, Mary Tho, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. We will see you next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Remember, love, serve, feed people, remember God.
We hope you've enjoyed Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God. Thank you for your participation today. If you have feedback, requests, questions about healing, or you wish to be a guest on our show, please email us at www.loveserveandremember.com. That's loveserveandremember.com. Be well and take good care of each other. See you next week.